Good morning, friends. Day 5. Uh, just a quick recap of what we have done so far. So we started with basic inspiration, expiration, understanding of fuller breath. The breath from your diaphragm, breath from your thorax, and breath from your clavicle, which leads to one complete yogic breath, one complete deep breath. Name it anything, it is a fuller breath. It is filling up your lungs to the fullest. So practice this type of breathing more and more. Again, reinforcing on the thought that this is the base of all pranayams. This is the base of life. This is where you fill up your lungs. Then we did one pranayam or one breathing exercise where we inhaled, listened to a nad, to a sound, inhaled a little more and then exhaled smoothly. Today we will do the opposite. Inhale, listen to the nad and inhale and fill up your lungs. Exhale and exhale a little more. So what I am leading you all to is to fill your lungs little more beyond your capacity, beyond the tidal volume 500 ml to the reserve volume, increasing filling up the alveoli, increasing the lung capacities. So I'll show you one. Inhale, listening to the nad, inhale a little more and no, that was the first one, I'm sorry. Inhale, exhale and exhale a little more. So here it is how we do it with a yogic breath. No holding anywhere. This is going, the exhalation end part is going to hold and bring up your tummy, the umbilical area more inside. This is where the lower part of the lungs are going to remove the carbon dioxide and the air out. So practice this both along with your yogic breath. Inhalation, more inhalation, exhalation. Inhalation, exhalation, more exhalation. One more added breath work. Again highlighting on Anulom Vilom, one of my favorite pranayams. I told you there are stages to reach an Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom, Nadi Shodhan, alternate breath pranayam, anything you call it. Immense benefits. Balances both sides of my brain hemispheres. Balances my parasympathetic, sympathetic, emotional, intellectual, yin, yang, Ida, Pingala. You can search up, Google up. Lot of stuff which simple Nadi Shodhan exercise does. So we did day 1 was simple inhalation from left, exhalation from right, exhalation, inhalation right, exhalation left. That was one cycle. Day 2 we did inhalation, holding, exhalation, same count. Today we are taking third step, inhalation, hold, exhalation, hold. So this is something like, we start from here, inhale, I hope you all can see it. So we do it from inhale, take it any count, let it be equal. You can take 3 counts, 2 counts, 5 counts, your capacity, do not stretch. Hold, kumbhak, exhale, hold. So I will be showing you 3, 3, 3, 3 count. See your capacity and extend this to your capacity volume. Do not strain your lungs. One quick test which my sir from New Age Yoga, again Patki sir, has always recommended and always told us, check your pulse after you are doing any of your pranayams. If your pulse rate is high, which means that your heart is beating tap 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 tap, then you have exerted your lungs a little more. It happens when we are jogging, we are walking, we are running, the pulse rate increases. So yoga is not about aerobic exercises or spending it so much. It is a gentle, subtle way of energizing your prana. Your pulse rate is high. So let's check your pulse after this and see if you're feeling a little breathless, a little dull, heavy head, light-headed too much. If you're in a light-headed, in a cool and a calm state, kudos, you're doing good. So I'll be showing you this inhalation, exhalation, a little extension of Anulom Vilom. Inhalation 3, holding 3, exhalation 3, holding 3. You can go up to 4, 5, 6 comfortable count. 2, 3 normal breaths. Two, 3 normal breaths again. So we are practicing holding, retention, kumbhaks, which is the lifeline of pranayama. It is in this holding that the thought processes are the least. So I'll take you slowly and gradually towards further levels of Anulom Vilom. Today for a new pranayam, my favorite, one of the favorites again I said Anulom Vilom is also my favorite, but Kapalbhati. Connecting the scientific aspect of Kapalbhati. The name itself is Kapalbhati. Shining of your forehead. This pranayam leads you to have a radiant face, to have a glowing face. How? Why did our yogis and our ancient learned people give this name? They knew the science much beyond that when what we are trying to connect. I am making a humble effort to make a scientific connection here of Kapalbhati. Once you are aware what you are doing, what pranayam and what does it benefit in your body, this awareness itself is going to take you to a step more deeper in your sadhana. So, little bit of biology, just 2 minutes. We are surrounded and made up of cells outside, inside, atoms, molecules everywhere. Our body is made up of millions and trillions of cells. What do cells do? Simple language. These are the cells. Cells and have these plasma, blood, lymph, the channels which give them something, take something. Blood transfuses, it helps in transport and transfusions in and out of substances by something. So what goes inside, what goes outside? Nutrients, oxygen, whatever food materials we are eating, they are broken down into basic things. The cells take up, and what do cells give in return? After their cellular respiration and metabolism, whatever kachra, whatever toxins, carbon dioxide, whatever byproducts they don't need, they give it back. Simple. So who helps them in and out? Our basic respiration is there. It helps in flowing. Besides that, there are many various processes, procedures, osmosis, diffusions, pH gradients. That is how they use this method, these scientific processes to get materials in and out. Kapalbhati aids a step forward into pushing these toxins out of your cells, into those remotest part of the body, especially the cranium. Minutest, thinnest cell walls around and thinnest vessels around. Who's going to remove the toxins in this noble, the way we respire, the way the cardiac pumping heart muscles pump? Kapalbhati helps you flush out. So, flushing out of toxins is the main keyword of Kapalbhati, and therefore, when kachra is out, when clarity comes, clearance, safai ho jati hai, what happens? Your kapal is going to shine. Also, one small example, when we do normal cleaning, the sweeping, dusting, house is clean, and when you do vacuum cleaning, what happens? Diwali time when you clean the house, what happens to your house? It just shines because of light, so the house is really clean. This is what Kapalbhati does to your inner selves. It's a vacuum cleaning. So I'll show you the process in short. how it is done. I've explained you what it does to your cell. So practice with that, and Kapalbhati now with the current scenario going ahead, going around us, and what we see little ahead of us also, where we have to be little cautious. Kapalbhati is going to keep me free of toxins inside my body, free of toxins inside my thought processes also. Because yoga affects at all levels, mind, body, spirit also, the deeper level. So in Kapalbhati, inhalation is voluntary, of course, we take in, but we focus and pay attention only on exhalation. Inhalation ho jayega, it's a byproduct, because lungs cannot, it is an involuntary process inside your cranium, it is going to take place. Focus on exhalation. Focus on exhalation as if from my umbilical I am pulling my umbilical down, piche towards my spinal cord. Focus as if I am blowing a candle during my birthday, but I am blowing from my nose now. So I'll be showing you. It is in normal deep inhalation, the yogic breath inhalation, forceful exhalation. There is a little pause which will come in between. The pause which I have told you after exhalation, a little pause will come. Again deep inhalation, exhalation. Before this, little word of caution for this pranayam and the deeper levels of pranayam which are doing. People suffering from eye pressure, high blood pressure which is fluctuating, certain abdominal surgeries or operations or organs, somewhere where muscles are tight and tensed or not very, the lung diseases. So be little cautious, don't do that forceful initially. You can slowly, gradually pull it up. You can do slowly. So consult a good yoga teacher for this, if your conditions and how they are. Pregnant women and with prolapse also be careful. So let's rejuvenate ourselves with this little of Kapalbhati exercise. Okay, it's very good for diabetics, it's very good for depression, it's very good for constipation, it's good massage to your abdominal organs. Let's do. Always begin with 2-3 normal breaths. Get conditioned and prepare yourself for Kapalbhati. So this is how, go slowly initially, go for 7 counts, 5 counts, 10 counts, whatever is your capacity. But think what you are doing to yourself. It is basically gone slowly, slowly, slow, 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 and the gradient goes towards fast. It is like, so think about the benefits which Kapalbhati is going to give us. And let's follow with basic pranayams first and then do Kapalbhati. It is a beautiful pranayam which gives you clarity of your thoughts also, your actions also. It helps you make your decisions free of confusions and dilemmas. So let's meet tomorrow with these practices. I'm closing for the day, and have a happy one. Thank you.